What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Cosmic, and welcome to my channel, The Readers Block 21. And today we are back in Middle Falls. We are going to be talking about the the Reset Life? No, the Trials and Tribulations of Ned Summers by Sean Inman. We're back in Middle Falls. It is the book after Cassandra Collins. If you saw my last review, you know what I feel about Cassandra. All right, this one frustrates me as well, but for a completely different reason. Uh, But before we get into all that, let's talk about the synopsis. A young woman is murdered in Middle Falls, Oregon in 1952. The police never make an arrest, but the town convicts Ned Summers in the crime anyway. He banishes himself to a small house in the woods where he lives alone for the rest of his life. When he dies, he opens his eyes back in 1952, just a few days before the murder occurs. Can Ned Summers stop the murder and save his friend? The Trials and Tribulations of Ned Summers is the ninth book in the Middle Falls series. That's the synopsis. Let's talk about my boy Ned. Okay, here's the thing. Ned is, well, his friend in this book is a girl, which goes to show you it's crazy. Anyway, uh, so let's talk about Ned. Ned, my boy Ned goes through a lot, okay? He goes through so much, hence the title of the book, The Trials and Tribulations. But yeah, so he is blamed for a murder that happens when he's a young man, and the town, trial by trial by media, at least, well, trial by gossip in Middle Falls anyway, but you know what I'm saying. Trial by the public trial is not an actual trial, but and it makes him the villain, and he you know secludes himself in his father's cabin. Then he lives his life. All of a sudden, something happens. He goes back to age 18, with, obviously, because he's been away, he hasn't been near the town, metaphors, as much as he should be. There are certain information that he's not going to have, like what happened, did they find anything, etc., etc., etc. Now, he does use his second life quite interestingly, and subsequent lives, because he tries and finds out what happened on this night in 3 days. So now he knows a little bit, and then the next time he knows a little bit more, and then the next time after that he knows a little bit more, and the next time after that he knows a little bit more. And to see Ned piece it together, it's a who done it kind of story. And to see Ned kind of piece it together, yes, I said I know he is frustrating, but it's a good kind of frustration. Okay, it's just like, oh, okay, so it's a lot of threads to pull. uh, and seeing Ned learn a little bit each life, and we learn it with him, so we know, oh, this didn't happen and this didn't happen. We know what time of death is, etc., etc., who was where. It's quite an intriguing who done it, but it's so frustrating at the same time, because you're like, come on, we need to know how this ends. Like, who, like, we actually got time travel on our mind, and we can't figure out how this person died. It's just madness, which goes to show you, like, you don't, even with time travel on your hands, you can't see everything, because each moment is in time is separate from each every other moment. So for example, I'm recording here, there are people on a plane, for example. I don't know what they're doing, but you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So you can't observe everything, even if, no matter how much time you go back, you'd have to do it infinitely to know what happens, just even in this in people close to you. But just seeing Ned go through that, go through that, go through that, and then finding out in the end how it happened, it's crazy. Like, there are quite a few threads in there that are gonna be quite, you pull it and you're like, oh, this leads to nothing. But you wouldn't have pulled it anyway. So if you would have pulled, you had not pulled it, you wouldn't know information. So lack of information is also information, if that makes sense. So yeah, seeing it, I know I'm rambling, but seeing Ned go through all of that and learning who it is in the end and learning the lesson that he learns in the end is satisfying actually. In the end, you're like, oh, but frustrated enough. It's sometimes just, well, he learns what he learns, doesn't he? But it is an interesting book. It is a frustrating book. It is, you get to learn a lot about metaphors, about who did what and why, and so many other in so many other books as well. You kind of know, oh, okay, that happened, and then this happened, and then that happened. So you kind of get to learn about metaphors as you go. But that is all I'm saying about metaphors. It is about Ned Summers anyway. It is an interesting read. Pick it up if you want to. Do all of that. Um, but yes, let me know what you think about Ned. What did you think? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Let me know. Oh, I sound like Johns. Jeremy Johns. He does movie reviews. But anyway, but yeah, what did you think about it? Let's talk about it in the comments. And like, share, and comment. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.